Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice. JN Money, from abroad to Yad. And Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees so fair. Today is Wednesday, the 5th day of August 2026, right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands. We do hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable evening. Those of you who are on our roads, whether you're a pedestrian, a cyclist, or if you're operating any type of motorized vehicle, we urge you to please be extremely cautious. Ensure that you observe the rules of the road, because the life you save may just be your own. For those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, or if you celebrated one over the past few days, we want to wish you a happy birthday or a happy belated birthday, whichever is applicable, and to remind you that the For the Record birthday shoutouts brought to you by Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands. You should accept no substitutes. From generation to generation, Coca-Cola still a Cayman classic. And also, we have Cayman Airways, who is also our sponsor because of the special that they have in relation to the celebration of their 58th anniversary. Cayman Airways is celebrating its 58th anniversary with airfares on sale for travel this fall to some of your favorite destinations: Miami, Tampa, Los Angeles, Kingston, La Ceiba, and Panama. Flights to and from the sister islands are also on sale. The sale is for a limited time only, so you have to book by the 8th of August 2026. You can call Cayman Airways reservation on 949-2311. Book with your mobile app. Contact a travel agent. You can also book online at caymanairways.com as well. So, folks, you don't want to miss out on that opportunity on them celebrating their 58th anniversary. Those of you who have lost loved ones, again, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing. Those of you who are ill and are either at home or at a medical facility here in the Cayman Islands or overseas, we want to wish you a speedy recovery. And big shout out and good morning to our colleague here at Radio Cayman, Mr. Joel Wilson, as well. So again, folks, thank you for allowing Radio Cayman and by extension For the Record into your homes, into your vehicles as you traverse the busy and sometimes dangerous roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, wherever that may be. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they rise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I am your host, Orrett Connor, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. During that period, phone lines are open. This morning, again, none other than that beautiful radio voice of Miss Susan Watson waiting to take your calls. You can call us on our toll-free number, provided courtesy of Flo. That toll-free number, 1-800-534-8255. You can also call us on 949-8037, 949-6990. WhatsApp number, 925-3261. Let's look at the birthday shout-outs this morning. Let's see what Miss Aldine has provided us with. Today's birthdays, Iris Diosca, Carol Sue Gorham, Ernestina Bennett, Cancer Watler. Tomorrow's birthdays, we see that Lisa Gager is celebrating a birthday, and have other birthday shout-outs here as well that we want to share with you. See my good friend. Got to find it before I call the name. Yes. Good friend Mr. Crosby Solomon celebrated his birthday yesterday. So happy belated birthday to you, Mr. Crosby Solomon. Also, Joshua Dilbert celebrated his birthday yesterday. 2 days ago, I missed that one. Miss Margot Lares celebrated her birthday on the 3rd of August. So happy belated birthday to you, Miss Margot Lares as well. And then we're going to look to see what other ones we have here. Britta K. Bramick. Is that a performer as well? Artiste? Miss Susan? Not sure. Tomorrow. Oh, Britta actually lived here. Britta Bramick. I went to school here, attended school here and everything. Okay. Also, Earl China Smith celebrating a birthday tomorrow. Alicia Robinson Cooper also celebrating a birthday tomorrow. Folks, if you know someone who's celebrating a birthday or any other momentous occasion, please share that information with us right here on For the Record, and we will give them a birthday shout out. Folks, you ask and we try to deliver, and we know that you have been calling for more appearances by Dr. Steve McField on For the Record, and every opportunity that I have, and I try to give him, as much advanced notice as possible, because sometimes, it's only when I come into the building, into the studio, that I realize I don't have any guests, and I don't want to really impose, upon him. I got to look up for some of these sayings when the old Caymanian sayings, when you don't want to take advantage of a situation or whatever. I know there's one about you don't want to overstay your welcome, but I don't want to. What is it? Maybe you can use the terminology, look a gift horse in the mouth or something like in the face or something like that. But he's always available, but, I don't want to overdo it as well. So yesterday I had advance noticed that the opposition would be coming on. So immediately I contacted Dr. Steve McField, and he is here in the studio with me this morning. So Doc, good morning. Again, thanks for answering the call and being here this morning with us.
Thank you, Mr. For the record. And although I am not on the show all the time, I listen to the show, listen to you, and I'd like to say good morning to you and good morning to all your listeners, and for the records land and all of those who came on diaspora that listens to the show, and all the other people who listens to the show. Do you know that people call me from all over the world, from Jamaica, from UK, from all over, and the comment about Radio Cayman, about the show. A lot of Caymanians, that's how they get in touch with the news.
Okay.
And with what's happening in the islands. I think the only criticism they have about the Radio Cayman, and Radio Cayman is still the number one radio station in the island, but I think the only thing I wouldn't say it's a criticism, I say it's constructive conversation that I have with other people about the show is the night programs.
Oh, okay.
The program called The Iceman.
JJ the Iceman.
Rumbling and so forth. And even after all of the stuff in the daytime, it still continues in the evening. And people are saying to me, it's a show, and why don't they have a playlist that is more calm? A little jazz, a little serious, a little serious music, a little serious music, a little symphony music. People things that they can listen to, that kind of music. They don't want to hear. They don't want to hear what movie star and what record holder birthday was and stuff. That doesn't appeal to them. If you want to do that, then you should get the birthdays of Caymanians and say that on the radio in the nighttime. But I think that's the only thing, that the playlist at nighttime is inadequate.
I'm told that at 10 o'clock you get some of that. What? Sorry? 10 to 10:20 at night. 10 o'clock is the news. 10:20 is when you get that sort of music as well. We do have a caller, but before we go, we're going to take the call after we go to a commercial break. I just want to say, Doc, one of our listeners contacted me, and I didn't get an opportunity to do it on Monday, and talking about the mosquito situation in Cayman. Now, the Mosquito Research and Control Unit, they try to keep the people informed, and just recently, yesterday actually, they sent out a release in relation to mosquito control. And I'll just read a summary of it. It says, elevated tides have repeatedly pushed water into large areas of low-lying wetland, including locations that may remain dry for extended periods. This creates ideal conditions for large numbers of dormant mosquito eggs to hatch at approximately the same time. And they have issued a long release in relation to this. Now, you know what they say, in news circles, and consultants would tell you that when you're explaining, it means that you're losing. You're losing when you're explaining. And while we understand, what they're telling us in terms of the conditions, there are people who are saying that we're talking about Cayman advancing, and in so many other respects, but it seems as if we're regressing when it comes to the control of mosquitoes. With that, we're going to take a commercial break. We will take the caller as soon as we return, folks. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Yeah, let me tell you, no AC when I was a boy. I still remember just how good an ice cold Coca-Cola was.
The part is, the coolest moms and dads always had Coca-Cola or parties.
The sound when you pop the top, and the fizzle, and that, after that first sip.
Coca-Cola, from generation to generation, that ice cold bubbly. Coca-Cola, still a Cayman classic.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone, and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
Hi, Bobo TD Cuzzy. Everybody, I hear Cayman Airways celebrating their 58th anniversary by giving us the gifts. They got airfares on sale now for flights to every place they fly to next month through December. Look here, I go and book my flights now to go Galawantan next month with Cayman Airways. I'll see you on a directly.
Catch your seat on sale by August 8th. Other conditions apply. Call 949-2311 or visit CaymanAirways.com. Your award-winning, uniquely Caymanian airline.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. My pleasure to have in the studio with me this morning Dr. Steve McField. We do have a caller who's been waiting for a while. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, and I was waiting for a while. And good morning to the Honorable Doctor there.
Good morning, Lord Graham.
Yeah. And I noticed you've been making some appearance on this talk show lately, unknowing to me.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Well,
unknowing to me.
Sometimes you have to ditch your agent, you know.
Yeah, I noticing that.
Yeah, sometimes you have to ditch your agent.
I'm wondering, and I don't think it really have anything to do with you. You know, I don't think it have anything to do with you. It have to do with the individual that are trying to cut out the middleman.
Okay, yes.
I'm watching him too.
Yes.
I'm eyeing him.
Yes.
But what I would like to say is a belated happy birthday to our good friend Crosby Solomon from myself, Samuel Rose, Rolando Heights, and the rest of the blue team. He know who they are. And the conversation yesterday was why he go by the name Doggy. We still not figured that one out. So see if you know anything, you can spill it. Okay. What I want to make mention of this morning is I was on the way to Rum Point yesterday morning, and the escort, I don't know who the escort in OC, coming down from Northwood Prison, a white one. But there's always a car in the front and one in the back.
Yeah.
Traveling up to 70, and later because, you know, the little thing that tells you the sign, your speed.
Yes.
Registered, I think it was 79 or something miles an hour. The car came down yesterday, OC, and at the end of Sport Street, where you can turn and go out to Old Prospect, where you got to change lane to get into your right lane now to go into the roundabout to be in the middle or the lane. The police car that was at the back miscalculated because he was too close to the van and never saw a lady on the in the right lane, and he cut in, and jammed that lady against the cement medium in the middle of the road.
Wow.
Yeah, jammer, and I mean, he came to a complete stop, but he couldn't move. So the van and the front escort just continue going. I don't know if they knew. I guess they got radio communication, would have known that happened, right? So I'm saying, in my opinion, what I saw, that officer should not be charged for for careless or driving or due care attention, but for dangerous driving. That was dangerous. That was a lady driver. And you know, the lady, is that happening to the lady, a lady driver, that kind of experience you would be having at that particular time, you know, the stress and all that kind of thing. So, if you go behind the station up by Jose's gas station and identify all the mash-up police cars that hit up in the back there, you know, and the cars are not old junk cars. These are fairly good cars that are smashed up and parked in the back there. I remember Mr. Nixon at the fire station. I don't know if it still is implemented, but what he used to do, if any vehicle get damaged and a fire from the fire department, the person, if he was fined liable, he would have to pay for that vehicle monthly from his salary. Yeah, that's what Mr. Nixon done. So I don't know if that is throughout the government departments, but we need to start doing something, because they're just smashing these cars, some new cars, and they're just smashing them up because it used to come years ago. Is that it? Never drive a car like that before with one-to-one steering with power. You know, you can't just take any neighborhood and put into a car that have one-to-one steering with any little power, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's the third world mentality of some of those people, and the problem that we have. I watched the extraction of Maduro from Venezuela, which is supposed to be one of the a dangerous criminal, a dangerous accused, and I didn't see the police in America doing all of that speeding and stuff. It was very carefully orchestrated, and he was delivered to the Brooklyn detention center. And I don't understand why they have to do that from between Northwood and the courts, because we don't have any terrorists. We don't have any terrorist prisoners in Northwood.
Yeah. And they do it going back from the courts and returning to Northwood as well. Only last week, we encountered the same thing going back. And is it necessary, or is it just the adrenaline flowing and they feel, that they can do it simply because of that? Now, we wouldn't want neither the prison nor the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service to give out any sensitive information in relation to what is being done. But I think they need to justify what they're doing, because, like you said, Lord Graham, they're putting other drivers at risk. And the question is it necessary? They have total disregard for traffic. And while you, as an emergency vehicle, have certain privileges and right, in terms of the road use, whatever you do, you have to do it responsibly, right, Doc?
Yes, and ordinary prisoners. I mean, ordinary people come to the courts for appearances. I mean, these are not terrorists, dangerous people that you have to rush them out because other people might try to rescue them from the police and stuff. I just don't understand it. It seems to me that the lack of supervision and there's no policy of how to move detain people from one place to the next.
Yeah, Doc. And then when you consider there's only 2 lanes, 1 lane going up and 2 lanes coming down. How can you be going that fast and expect people to get out of the way in time? Some people don't even, with the air conditioning, everything on, don't even probably hear you coming. And what kind of prisoner it is that you have to escort him that fast, would you not be drawing attention to people saying that, no, we're coming? Suppose it's someone that really wants to think they can hear from a distance that, well, they're coming now. You know what I mean? So all your responsibility is to get the prisoner to the court safely and back to the thing safely. So you can just be driving normally along with 1 car in the front, 1 in the back, and make observation in case there's a traffic jam. Then you can put on your siren and whoop, 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 and try to, get yourself through. But for coming from up there with a breakneck speed, we would say, straight down to the court, that's unnecessary. That is unnecessary. You're late, and you should leave on time.
Yeah. Well, and the views about the mosquitoes, I used this term earlier. If you're explaining, you're losing. That's a quote. Famous political and communications axiom, if you're explaining, you're losing, is most widely attributed to U.S. President Ronald Reagan. It means that when you are forced to give long, complex justifications, you are already on the defensive and losing the persuasive battle. And I'm going to say MRCU, you are losing the persuasive battle, because those Caymanians who have been here all over the years, over the decades, know what a mosquito bite is like. And they know what a mosquito bite was like in the 60s, and they know what a mosquito bite is now in the 2020s as well. And it isn't the same. It's harder. The mosquitoes are bigger. They're larger as well. Lord Graham, how are the mosquitoes on the beach when you walk?
Let me answer the question.
Yep.
I ain't no hypocrite. I might be a lot of other things, but not hypocrite, because I can't go back on what I said. You remember I said on your show here that I wish the mosquitoes could come back like 1962. You remember that? So I can't. I hypocrite. I gotta say
you're getting what you wish for, right?
Yeah. Well. Like the Honorable Ard McLean say, want to know our glory, want to know our story, take some of this now, on the pile up here, on the come, on the don't want to go back. Well, here we are.
But it's going to take. I don't think mosquitoes would have the influence to chase them away. It would take more than that to get people away from this country.
And them that was you talking about, that bite you much harder.
Yes. So Lord Graham, what happened to the genetically controlled mosquitoes that they paid so much money, hundreds of thousands of dollars the other day for? Well, what happened to them? Did they solve the problem? I don't hear anything about that. That's gone silent.
I don't think they came yet. I don't think they arrived yet. That was just money spent. They're late coming. That's all I can say, because according to the statistics and the report that we got was that they were supposed to solve the whole entire thing.
Yes.
So scientifically that was said. So nothing has happened. So I would figure that they haven't arrived yet. I don't know. You have any evidence of them arriving and being let go in the population of the other mosquitoes?
Well, they might come on the same boko.
Okay.
Yes.
Lord Graham, we have to go to our 8 o'clock news, but Doc is going to be here with me until 10 o'clock, and the phone lines will be open, so we're going to be touching on several topics. Feel free to call back as well. Folks, please stay tuned for The Record. We'll be back with Dr. Steve McField immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. After 4 weeks of falling gas prices, the numbers are creeping back up. According to the Utility Regulation and Competition Office, the average price of self-service regular gas jumped 4 cents to $5.53 a gallon since the last check on July 29th. The average price for premium self-service rose 3 cents, taking it to $6.04. The average price of diesel is now $5.59, which is unchanged over the past week. According to OffReg, you can get the cheapest self-service regular gas at AA Red Bay for $5.38. That's the same as last week's lowest price. On the diesel side of things, refuel at the airport has the lowest price at $5.49 a gallon, down a penny from July 29th. You can find the latest gas prices at offreg.ky. Good news for folks in the Eastern Districts looking to snag up their MyEID card. On Monday, the new Cayman Islands Identification Card office opened at the Savannah Post Office, bringing the total number of locations to get your card to 4.
We now have the issuance set up in Cayman Bay at our office, the district administration building in Cayman Brac. We do Little Cayman on specific days, and from the Savannah Post Office. That will also include appointments on Saturdays.
Director of e-Government Ian Tibbett says the MyEID card gives you a, quote, secure way to secure your identity and access a range of digital and in-person government services. More information can be found at myeid.egov.ky. 2 back-to-back mechanical issues leave several Cayman Airways passengers stuck in New York overnight. The national airline says the original flight was set to leave JFK at 11:45 on Monday, but a, quote, mechanical issue was identified on board, leading the aircraft to be, quote, removed from service for rectification. Another plane was sent from Grand Cayman. However, once in New York, this also developed a, quote, separate mechanical issue, forcing Cayman Airways to cancel Monday's flight outright. CAL says flight cancellations by other airlines also meant nearby hotels were full, so securing rooms nearby for all passengers, quote, wasn't possible, but those would be, quote, compensated. The travelers ended up flying to Grand Cayman on Tuesday. A significant seasonal increase, not necessarily what you want to hear when it comes to mosquitoes.
This year has been quite difficult to keep the numbers of mosquitoes down, and what's going on is we have elevated tides, which is not necessarily unusual for this time of year, but this year specifically, the tides are actually even higher than what we normally have. And so we have mosquitoes in the wetlands that lay their eggs into the damp soil, but now that damp soil is underwater, which activates the life cycle of the mosquitoes.
Kevin Watler with the Mosquito Research and Control Unit tells Radio Cayman the more area underwater, the more opportunities for eggs to be laid and ultimately hatch when the tide recedes. But he says the MRCU is aware of the issue and has been actively targeting these areas.
Now, we do larviciding to reduce the numbers, so believe it or not, even though the mosquito numbers are not comfortable and they're considered bad right now, it would be even worse if we hadn't been doing all of the larviciding that we do, as well as send the teams in to do what we can to reduce that larger emergence. But at the same time, we are well aware, because we live in this community too, that the numbers are much higher than they are considered comfortable.
In the meantime, you're encouraged to use effective mosquito repellent, particularly around sunrise and sunset. Maintain your window and door screens, and make sure your pets remain protected against heartworm. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller.
BBC News with Govinda Gill. Ukraine's president has urged allies to increase production of air defense missiles after Kyiv was hit by one of the deadliest waves of Russian attacks this year. Volodymyr Zelensky says Ukraine's supplies of interceptors from abroad are 3 times lower than last year. At least 17 people were killed in the strikes. German police say they found a drone carrying an explosive device near Leipzig airport. They're also investigating another unidentified object that collided with a plane overnight. BBC News.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Aye, Bobo TV Cuzzy, everybody. I hear Cayman Airways celebrating their 58th anniversary by giving us the gifts. They got airfares on sale now for flights to every place they fly to next month through December. Look here, I going book my flights now to go Galawatten next month with Cayman Airways. I'll see you on a directly.
Catch your seat on sale by August 8th. Other conditions apply. Call 949-2311 or visit CaymanAirways.com. Your award-winning, uniquely Caymanian airline.
RC Fusion is proudly brought to you by TCE Paint Shop, Farmers and Artisans Retail Market. RC Fusion, weekdays 10 a.m. to 12 midday, right here on Radio Cayman 89.9.
RC Fusion.
Radio Cayman Energy.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Synopsis indicate a few isolated showers are likely as residual moisture moves across the Cayman area. Moderate winds and seas are expected as well. A light concentration of Saharan dust is expected to follow the tropical wave, bringing hazy skies today. Radar imagery showed no significant activity in and around the Cayman area. Now, the forecast for today calling for partly cloudy and hazy skies with a 30% chance of showers, and temperatures will rise to the low to mid-90s with a heat index of 109 degrees Fahrenheit. Your winds will be east to northeast at 10 to 15 knots, becoming 5 to 10 knots later. Seas will be moderate with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet. Forecast for tonight calling for partly cloudy skies, becoming cloudy at times with a 60% chance of showers and possible thunder, and showers will be locally heavy at times. Temperatures will fall near the low 80s tonight. Your winds will be east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots with higher gusts in and around showers. And seas will be moderate with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet as well. Low tide will be this morning at 8:32. High tide this afternoon at 3:47 with a low tide again tonight at 9:46. The sun will set this evening at 6:58 and will rise tomorrow morning at 4 minutes past 6. And the outlook is calling for partly cloudy with cloudy spells during the afternoon, or evening showers due to daytime heating, and night and early morning showers due to moisture moving off of Cuba. And that's the very latest on your weather report.
Set to battle, and your Aunt Angie was leading the pack when...
Aunt Angie, what does this have to do with car damage?
Oh, right. Well, long story long. I took down the assassins and wound up inventing a new form of mixed martial arts. I became an international champion until one sore loser karate kicked my car. But I was covered with CG.
Covered for malicious damage and more. CG Britcay. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
For the Health of It, heard on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and repeated on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. is brought to you by The Light Room. Tired of being unwell and struggling to find the energy and vitality to live the life you desire? Come get recharged from the inside out at The Light Room. Our non-invasive, holistic energy enhancement system detoxifies and energizes the body, enabling self-healing and balance. Book online at www.thelightroom.ky or call 938-HEAL, 38 Pasadora Place, GT.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Top of the morning, let's check in now with traffic, see what's slowing, what's flowing. Shedden Road is flowing at a moderate pace. Coming off of the Esterly Tibbetts Highway, traffic moving at a moderate pace and continuing on to the Industrial Park area. Northtown Road stayed a bit flowing. Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue. Traffic is a steady flow, but keep an eye out for those quick and stop and go pockets. West Bay 4-way stop, no issues there as traffic is light to moderate. Downtown Georgetown, traffic is moving at a moderate pace on Edward Street, Shedden Road as well. Don't know if you've seen accidents, let us know by calling us at 949-6990. Owen Roberts Drive, traffic is moving at a light to moderate pace. On the West Bay Road and for the Ritz, traffic heading towards the Georgetown area is moving pretty good, and heading towards the West Bay area moving at a moderate pace. That's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes past 12. We'll give you another look at traffic. Join us again at about 10 past 12 and 5:15 for more traffic updates.
Start your year off right with Subway's Fresh Fit menu. 4 protein-packed subs with 20 grams or more protein, under 500 calories, and loaded with full servings of crisp veggies on hearty multi-grain bread. Try the grilled chicken and avocado, the ham and turkey stacker, the seasoned steak and avocado, or the turkey and ranch delight. Big flavor, plenty of protein, and fresh veggies in every bite. Fuel your day the Fresh Fit way. Only at Subway. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Hey, what's up, Radio Cayman? It's Jay and Ez sending warm wishes on your 50th anniversary. I remember back in the days doing Youth Flex every week after school with Mr. Jamo and Mr. Joel, promoting my music and sporting events. It's been a wonderful journey, and I'm thrilled to celebrate it with you. Thank you for your continued support and inspiring our community. Cheers to many more years. Happy 50th anniversary, Radio Cayman. Love and blessings.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. My pleasure to have in the studio with me this morning Dr. Steve McField, and one of our listeners has already responded and said, "Morning, OC. I'm always happy when Dr. Steve is your guest, as he's always shares such interesting information. I would also like to hear from our government officials as well." And I know most people say they don't hear from them as much as they would like to, but they're extremely busy, and I'm sure that you'll hear more from them after the holiday period as well. We have some bookings that have been scheduled and everything. And don't forget now, while we would love to have them here on For the Record or any other Radio Cayman show, they have other obligations as well, and they're trying to ensure that they communicate with you via other means, whether it be social media or appearing on private TV, CIG TV, and other talk shows as well. So while we would love to have them here every day, we realize that isn't possible, as well. So Doc, I'm gonna most of the responsibility is going to fall on you this morning, and I did call you, and I did mention that we didn't have anything in particular, but I did promise that we were going to look at this consultation that is out there in relation to the decriminalization, of ganja in the Cayman Islands. So we'll take a little look at that, but we're not restricted, not limited to that as well. And those persons who may have an interest in it, for those who have actually had the opportunity to look at it, to study it, may want to call in and talk about it. We would prefer to talk about the document itself rather than getting into generalizations. But, I won't limit you in terms of what you want to say, but we want to try to keep the focus. When I say you, I'm talking about our listening audience who may call in, but we want to keep the focus, on that. And so, Doc, I'm going to throw it over to you.
Well, I am not an advocate of the ganja, freedom of the ganja. The ganja plant, it is a plant that has a lot of medicinal qualities with it, but it also has a lot of harm. It has brought a lot of harm into families and into societies and so forth. And anything that tranquilizes the mind, and put the minds at rest. And a lot of the advocates to the freedom of the use of this plant will say, oh well, it's less harmful than alcohol, and so forth. Yes, that may be true, but then it's a harm, and I don't understand why we have so many more pressing things to do than trying to free up a drug that actually tranquilizes you and relaxes you to the extent where a lot of people can't function anymore. People say they can function, but I've been in the court system for such a long time, and I've seen people who come to the courts and they're in bad psychological state, physical and psychological and mental state. What the plant has done to them. Because people say it's not addictive. It is addictive, and I'm not an advocate for that at all. There are other things that we can do, like trade schools, like the dump, like getting rid of the dump, like making the environment more healthier, and so forth. I am not an advocate for this legalization of anything like that alters the mind. I haven't looked at the legislation too well because I don't believe that we should go down that route like everybody else. I see what it's done to young people, especially young minds who their minds are not psychologically developed yet and strong and so forth, and it's a depressant. I just don't go for it. I never liked the idea at all. I never supported it.
Mm-hmm. And that
I've read too many articles about the other sides of it, the downside of it. People say it about the upside of it, but I've read articles about the downside of it. There's a Harvard study. I just glanced at the other day. I didn't go into it about the effects that it has on the young people's brains and the young people's minds and so forth. So, I am not an advocate for freeing up more intoxicating material for people to be able to move from one indulgence to the other. I'm not an advocate for that at all.
Okay, and just to remind our listening and viewing audience as well that the consultation paper, the deadline for submission is it closes in September. So discussion paper, cannabis reform options for a harm minimization framework, published on the 1st of July of this year. I'll just give some background information to our listening and viewing audience. The chairman of the Law Reform Commission is Mr. Hector Robinson, KC. Commissioners are Justice Alexander Henderson, KC, retired, Mr. Vaughn Carter, attorney at law, Abraham Topil, who's also an attorney at law, Dr. M. Theresa Pitcairn, who's also an attorney at law, Mr. Andre Mondesir, who's also an attorney at law, Ms. Reshma Sharma, KC, she's the Solicitor General, and Mr. Simon Davies, who's the Director of Public Prosecutions. A director, Mr. Joseph Griffith, who's an attorney at law, Senior Legislative Counsel, Miss Katrona Steele, who's an attorney at law, Crown Counsel 2, Miss Felicia Connor, attorney at law, and Legal Administrative Assistant, Miss Sharon Solomon. And I'll just say, it says stakeholders and members of the general public are invited to comment on the issues identified in the discussion paper and, in particular, to submit their views on the recommendations presented for discussion. Paper may be viewed on the following websites, and it gives you them: www.lrs.gov.ky. Also, you can Google publicconsultation.gov.ky or www.gov.ky, or you can also get a copy from the offices of the Law Reform Commission. Submissions should be forwarded no later than the 1st of September. So you have until the 1st of September. So literally the month of August to complete it. Well, you actually have July and August because it came out on the 1st of July. Those submissions should be made to the Director of the Law Reform Commission, 5th floor, Government Administration Building, Portfolio of Legal Affairs, 133 Elgin Avenue, Georgetown, Grand Cayman. Or a P.O. Box 136, Grand Cayman, KY1-9000. Or you can send it electronically to Cayman Islands CILAW reform at gov.ky, or in writing or by post as well. Some of the table, in the table of contents, so the document contains an introduction, and then it talks about the scope and key terms. Then there's the scope of the paper, then key terms. They go into the historical foundations and modern context of cannabis prohibition. Then they talk about cannabis in the Cayman Islands. They go into our international obligations, our domestic legislation, the enforcement of cannabis laws, cannabis use amongst young people. They talk about decriminalization and legalization in other jurisdictions. Some of the jurisdictions that they look at: Jamaica, Antigua and Barbuda, Bermuda, British Virgin Islands, Belize, Dominica, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, Canada, Australian Capital Territory, and the United States of America, Uruguay, Germany, the Netherlands, Malta. And there's a section on possession and cultivation limits, an overview of that. Then they go into arguing or looking at the case for reform, evaluating harm, human rights, looking at human rights concerns, then looking at reform models, whether they be decriminalization, strict legislation, liberal legislation, hybrid legal regulation. Then they look at CARICOM Commission recommendations. The discussion paper talks about barriers to reform. Again, international obligations, banking barriers, the impact of decriminalization and legislation, impact on cannabis use, impact on the black market. Then there's a provision for consultation, questions, and then they arrive at conclusions. And there's a portion there for where they list the various references. So, Doc, this appears to be, quite a detailed discussion paper that has been published. I wonder whether or not that the public will have sufficient time to look at all of this and to respond to it. This is probably one of those instances where if people ask for a longer period of time, one that I would certainly want to support. But I have started looking at the document and will continue, and would be lovely to have Miss Teresa on, but her, we wouldn't want to compromise her position as a member, of the commission, and she may be limited to what she can say. But what she would be able to do is to explain the document, what it is all about. So we can work on that and have, when you have an opportunity to take a look at it, because I know that I'm going to be trying to get both you and her on at the same time at some point as well.
Yes, well, I noticed that most of the people on the commission are lawyers who are dealing with the law and the legislation, the legislative part of it, and people are looking at the financial part of it and the growth and cultivation part of it. But I don't see a lot of emphasis on the psychological part of it. I don't see a lot of I don't see a lot of medical people, scientists. Scientists, on the other hand, on the commission, which will give a different take of the harm or the potential harm that it could cause, and it has been causing young people. It seemed to be one-sided to me.
Okay, that's very astute observation there, and I would wondering that even though there, let me look back at the table of contents.
There's everything. There's only one item. There's this harm, but there's no scientists that I see on your board, on the commission. There's not one of them as a scientist on the commission at all.
Yes,
that can have a different perspective.
Case for reform, evaluating harm, human rights concern, strict legislation, blah blah blah, barriers to reform, impact. Decriminalization, impact on cannabis use, impact on the black market. Yeah. We're going to do some studying on this. So, Doc, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to return. When we return, we have a few WhatsApp messages as well, and then we're going to get into some other conversations. Folks, don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
She hear clunk and her car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN Money Transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card, pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
Hello, Cayman. I am Azaria Oswald, your contestant number 4, proudly representing the beautiful and historic district of Bodin Town. And I am sponsored by the Phalanx Group. I am passionate about mental health advocacy, leadership, and giving back to my community. This passion inspired me to create my platform, Mind Over Matter, because I believe that the mind leads and the body follows. Through this platform, I strive to encourage meaningful conversations surrounding emotional well-being and ensuring that every teen feels seen, supported, and heard. I am also the founder of Bloom Youth, a non-profit organization dedicated to uplifting and empowering young people. Outside of advocacy, I love writing poetry and stories. I have been writing a book of my own since I was 11 years old. One day, I aspired to become a clinical psychologist and continue making a meaningful difference in the lives of others. Thank you, Cayman, for supporting me on this incredible journey, and I can't wait to see you all on August 8th.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by CG Britke. Insurance, health, pensions, life, where people come first.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Before I throw the mic back over to Dr. Steve McField, one of our listeners queried what document was I referring to, and I was in the process of actually sending it a WhatsApp message to tell you, but I'll mention it, and I will still send you the message as well. So it is Cayman Islands Law Reform Commission discussion paper, Cannabis Reform Options for a Harm Minimization Framework, 1st of July 2026. If you Google Law Reform Commission, you go on to their website and you will find it there. Let's see if let me walk you through the steps. You can go in, and then they have publications, and I think their discussion papers, and then you can find it right there. I believe we have a couple of callers. Let's go to the phone lines. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Connor and Dr. Steve.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Fine, thanks. One of the first things I want to say is I'm not sure whatever happened to the white paper. You remember they used to publish these white papers, which were, broken down in more plain language for disbursement to the public. I think that is very important for them to re-implement, because as you can see, most of the discussion papers, you or I or Dr. Steve mightn't have a problem with reading these, but the average person in the public who, of course, this type of subject matter would be of concern to, generally isn't going to sit down and review this entire document. But I know there are a lot of people that are interested in this subject, and a lot of people that would read certain things. But I think we need to, in addition to releasing the discussion paper, to have the I think they were called the white paper. Years ago, they used to publish those, where they summarized the contents and printed it in layman's language and that sort of thing. I think they need to review that and try to consider bringing that back, because I know the powers that be are always listening to these shows. The other thing I wanted to say, I heard Dr. Steve's point of view quickly, and I wholeheartedly agree with him in many aspects. On the other hand, I wanted to just chime in and say that I think it's important to notice that to be mindful that how this consultation came about is because we want to. I don't think it should have just been surrounding around marijuana, but how it came about, and important to remember, is that it was to help Caymanians who do engage. We can't stop people from their activity and their habits, but we can, as a government and as a people, try to help our people in ways that may hinder them in life. And so, yes, they make choices that end up getting them in trouble and that sort of thing. But also the legislation came about because we were trying to see how best can we help our people who get themselves in these positions, get records, and it hinders them from going to school or getting a U.S. visa, other different aspects of life. So I just wanted to say that we need to just keep that in mind, that is how this legislation came about and this consultation came about. But I nevertheless still agree with what Dr. Steve said. So it's just part and parcel of one and of both the points, So I'll leave you gentlemen with that for now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Before we go to our next caller, this person says, "Good morning, Mr. Orrett and Dr. McField. Alcohol is a depressant. I use cannabis for 15 years as an antidepressant. So, Dr. McField, I respectfully don't agree entirely with that opinion. It works miracles for those with challenges in many ways." They go on to say, "I'm 33 years old, just for the reference, and I'm doing absolutely great, and my health is not deteriorating as a result of it."
Well, kudos to him or to her. But I've been in the courts for over 40 years, and I've seen what happens to people, young people, when they come to court. They're in a pitiful psychological state. Some of them can't even understand, and not even fit to plead properly. They have no jobs. They are drifting. They can't keep employment and so forth. And it's not a good. We're too small. We're too small an island for that sort of stuff right now. There are other pressing things that we need to do beside legalize the depressant, so that people can come out of reality, and believe that they're okay and feel good. It's another old way outside of what the Romans did and the people did. You give them the arena where they kill each other, and they kill the lions and they slaughtered this and so forth, and they take their minds off the what's real, and now we're trying to introduce this in Cayman. I don't think that we're ready for that sort of stuff yet. I mean, if people want to take it, but I don't think that the government should be in encouraging people to do that.
Okay, let's grab our next caller. Caller, good morning. Sorry. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning, OC.
Hey.
Morning, Dr. Steve.
Morning.
Yes, sir. And we're going to start off from the harms of it, because Dr. Lockhart, he got on this, as I know, the same radio station, and as a psychiatrist, he said there's no scientific proven fact that it has anything to do with certain people crazy or mentally. You born with that. Some people can drink one beer in one fight. Some people drink 10 cases of beer, lay down, dance, or do what they got to do, right? No, the people, look here, 20%, I know, I can guarantee if you look this around the world, we are the only nation on this planet Earth that 20% of the population, 20% has a criminal record, and it's guaranteed that 90% of that is for simple possession, refusing urine tests, and that's where it started. You know what? I was in Northwood Prison. I been there 4 times. And I know when I was there for gun, and those little boys coming there for one little stick of weed, it was a shame. That was match up their mind, And then our government back in the day made it so easy. And we still the only country in the world that doing this stupidness. If we came, we see a bunch of boys and smell the police, and those boys running in the bush. They knew who they were, so they wait tomorrow. Come here, everyone, you will test from here. Gone to court, police record. That is a shame in disgrace internationally. When we the big financial center of the world, and 20% of us has a criminal record for one little simple plan? No, Dr. C, all of us have our opinion, right? But the harm that marijuana has done to the young people, to the colored people in this country, in America, and around the world, is turn them into criminals. That is the harm that it has done. Not only Caymanian, Jamaica, name it. You remember, I heard you on this show say that you've been going representing father, son, and grandson. One family for ganja. All of them going northward. Imported labor come in to do the job. That's the trouble with our country today. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, caller, for that as well, Doc. And any response?
Well, that's the argument for. That's always the argument for one little stick. One little stick leads to many little sticks, and one little stick today leads to 56 tomorrow, and that leads to people not having the incentive to have the energy to get up to look after themselves financially and psychologically, and that's the that's the harm. Dr. Lockhart had said that this was several years ago. There was over 10,000 people that came on who was mentally ill or had some mental problems. But he ought to look at all of the other the other reports from places like Harvard University, which do a lot of research and all the research institution that talks about the harm that it does to young people's minds, even before the mind is their minds are matured, and so forth and so forth. That's what I look after too. He looking at the pros. I'm looking at the cons.
Okay. Yep. And this is the type of discussion that we need to have to,
right.
At the end of the day, to arrive at some position and some conclusion, whether or not it has to do, with compromising or whatever else. But this is the type of discussion that we have to have, and in some instances, agree to disagree as well. Ms. Susan, I'm going to come to you now. There's a voice note. If you could check that as well, and we will play that voice note as soon as we return from this commercial break. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite band-aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit Cineco.ky today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
The Passport and Corporate Services Office is urging all residents to verify the validity of their travel documents and take steps to protect them ahead of the hurricane season, which starts the 1st of June. Residents are advised to check passport expiry date, verify entry requirements for their destination, apply for or renew passports and visas early, and make copies of passports and key documents and store them in waterproof containers. For more information, call 345-649-7678 or email passportandcorporate@gov.ky.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. In the studio with me, Dr. Steve McField. Miss Susan, you have that voice note all queued up to play. Okay, I'm told it is 6 minutes. Okay, go right ahead.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Connor. For the Record, Radio Cayman and all your listeners, Mario Ebanks here. I just want to call this morning to add my thoughts to the discussion about the cannabis review and the public consultation that's taken place. And this was as a result of the referendum question that got supported in the last year's general election and referendum questions. I want to go on record this morning as supporting 100% and endorsing 100% the comments that Mr. Steve McField, Honorary Dr. Steve McField, just made on your show. He's your guest this morning. I tried to call in earlier, but I couldn't. Line seemed to be just ringing off. But I just want to share these thoughts. I want to agree what he said, and those who didn't hear what he said can go back and listen to the replay and hear his comments. He talked about not just some of the people that are advocating about some perceived benefits or imagined benefits, but also he talks about the mental and physical harm of these drugs that alter your mind, your state of mind, and especially the impact on young people. Look, I think those people who are advocating this, those expatriate workers and those expatriates who come here who are advocating this, want to decriminalize, and the next step is going to be to totally open the market for cannabis on a recreational basis. I think those people who are advocating for that, Cayman may not be for you. You may need to find someplace else to reside. And for the Caymanians who are pushing for it, I think you all need to look at our Constitution and the preamble of our Constitution to see exactly what is the basis, what is the foundation of the Cayman Islands, and realize that we need to live within those parameters. We are a tourist destination as well. We got families visiting, we got young children visiting with their families. If you were to decriminalize this, there's going to be people who are going to be recreationally smoking this stuff on the beaches as they do now. I know at Rum Point on weekends, you can hardly bear your breath out there at the Rum Point sandbar, and even along the streets and parking lots somewhere, in some places where you're smelling these upstarts that are smoking this ganja for fun. So it's going to get worse. So why open that door? Why open that can of worms when we don't need it? I think the referendum question from last year was ill-advised to start with, should never have been there. And now we are faced with this dilemma. This government and this premier is wisely taking his time with it and trying to make sense out of nonsense. But I think that people need to provide their input. But I voted against a referendum question. I and Pastor Alston Ebanks and others were trying to educate the public before the referendum vote last year, but we didn't win. We lost. And the fact is that it is a bad thing. Not everything that gets voted yes means it's good. And I think that we need to dial things back, because we are a country that is founded on Christian heritage. Our Constitution endorses that. It's clearly in our preamble. we're a tourist destination that relies on families and children visiting. And if you have those kind of conditions amongst our tourist product, that's going to be a bad thing. And I want to say that Dr. Steve McField, I endorse your views. Keep up the pressure. And I agree with you. That commission that's been formed should have other people other than lawyers on it. It should be people who are scientific, and not just the liberal scientific people, but those that are normal and also have some conservative values. Finally, I was visiting a place in the U.S. a few years ago, and I arrived there on a Friday evening, I think it was, or maybe on a Saturday evening, and I didn't realize that this beautiful city, small city, was part of the liberalization of marijuana, where marijuana is widely available and smoked and with no thing. And I was walking along the street that evening, going out just to look around the city and grab a bite. And it was Cinco de Mayo, and the smell of marijuana was incredible. And the next day I went to the conference and I said, boy, I see a lot of marijuana around here though. And the person said to me, no, but see, it's legalized here. And so I said, oh, that's why. Every restaurant you pass, everything, every place you pass on the sidewalk, the aroma of marijuana was just everywhere. I felt like I was walking in the air when I got back to my hotel, to be honest with you. So that's the impact of this stuff. It has benefit, but medicinal, those people who need to have it medicinally can get it. But those who want recreational marijuana, those expatriates who are pushing for that, this may not be the place for you. Those Caymanians who are pushing for it, check yourself, check the Constitution, check the preamble, and you can be more productive by other means. I thank you for your time. Sorry it takes so long on this, but I want to share these thoughts. And again, agree 100% with Mr. Steve McField and his comments earlier today. God bless the Cayman Islands.
Okay, we want to thank Mr. Mario Eubanks for that, Doc.
Thank you, Mr. Eubanks, for your support. And you also has your what we call your heirs to the ground. That's what they use here, let's say. The commission is not it's not evenly constituted. There should be on the other side of the commission where the con side of the commission, not the pro side, looking at just the legislation. They should be looking at the harm that it causes to young people and the results of that harm.
Okay, we have another caller on WhatsApp. We're going to take our WhatsApp caller first. We have one on the WhatsApp and one on the landline. WhatsApp caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hello, Mr. OC.
Hey, morning, Rambo. Morning.
Morning, Doctor. Mr. OC.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 3 minutes straight or 4 minutes straight before.
Yes. Go right ahead. Go
I
ahead.
take my time. You know, my speech impediment.
Yeah, I heard you yesterday on the buzz, and you really slowed down for Miss Kathy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she's a lady.
Okay. No offense taken. No offense taken.
We men, you know, testosterone. You understand? Here's the point now, Mr. OC. What happened now? 7 years ago, it was starting on. But for talk today, they had participant done. Dr. Lockhart and Orrett, right?
Mm-hmm.
And State Uncle I said a while ago, he said nothing wrong with the herbs, right? And what happened now? We have a legislative overreach with harm minimization architecture, right? I get to the point now. You see, bootleggers in like Al Capone, they didn't kill hustle. He called law and order. You understand? Okay. And right now, Cayman, we want to maintain like in Cuba, like a police state, a carceral governance, like in whole punchline of it is a really correct colonial morality, ritualistic incarceration, right? The prisoners or the customers, everybody get paid in the justice system, right? For the hierarchy there, they're sending down, right? And I finally say now, to Mr. Zosi, decriminalization is a pragmatic correction, social control. The dozen members in the Law Firm Commission, the first time in trial, right? With 2011, just turned 27, Alice Henderson said to be what Ivy League College I went to with my vocabulary. I said I didn't went to Ivy League College. by what they said dishes. I was on the place for marijuana. Don't mess me up. I bet jury. I bought a Rambo. You should be judge alone. And yes, they were with this cafe. I would understand about what shouldn't I say? We need a charge of conviction of marijuana. The justice system, they breaking off with you, condemning you, and writing you off. Simple. So in this context of it, you have to honor the voters. I know we have more important issues to do, sort of, but in a sensible government, the first 100 days, they should let us see that right away. You know, incompetent leaders leave the public domain, just like the birth facility where Mr. Alden, in Moose, in Strambody. Okay? Have a good day, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Rambo. You do the same as well. Let's grab the caller on the landline. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yeah, see me again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to see if it's possible that we could get back our money from that company that came with the scientific experiment with the mosquitoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Florida, that same company, did a contract with Florida with this scientific program with the label.
Genetically modified.
Genetically
modified.
Mosquitoes,
Mm-hmm.
and in the opinion of the Florida authorities, that program was a fraud. It did not do what it said it was going to do scientifically.
Mm-hmm.
So they're now suing that company to get back the money that was spent.
Mm-hmm. So we were told that it wasn't supposed to cost the Cayman Islands government anything because it was a pilot project.
But we spent over $200,000.
Wow.
That's what I heard.
So you're telling me that they came and do all that work here was free? They were using us as guinea pigs then.
Poor me and my gullibility.
So, see, if they came here then and they did it free and it didn't do what it said and it doing more harm to us, then what? Then, I mean, according to you, they're biting much harder and somebody tell me they're much bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So that means then we can sue them for damages. Doc, am I doing good on that?
Well, it depends. It depends. You have to show as a consequence of to be able to get damages.
Well, we got OC. They're blotching him up.
Yeah. So.
And he's suffering from a hardest thing because, as you know, OC went through a lot of mosquitoes. He can tell which one is the good one from which one is the real bad one.
Yeah.
So we can use evidence from him to determine whether this program was good or bad.
And you know that they're even smarter now because you get inside of your house and you say, how in the world did mosquitoes get in? What they do is they land on your clothing. They don't necessarily bite you because if they bite you, they know that you're going to swat them off, right? Yes. So they just stay on your clothing until you get inside, and then you find mosquitoes inside the house as well.
See there? Or see, I do believe you should give the doc a statement while you're there so we can start the procedure of trying to file a lawsuit in this case.
Yes.
All right, gotta go.
Thank you.
All right. Miss Susan, too early to come to you? Okay. So Doc is going to be here with us until 10 o'clock. Mm-hmm. We've been getting several calls so far. If you have an interest or you want to call in, you want to talk about something else, you can call us on a toll-free number if you're using a phone number. That number, 1-800-534-8255. You can also call us on 949-8037, 949-6990. WhatsApp number 925-3261. Folks, top of the hour headline news. When we return, the conversation with Dr. Steve McField will continue, so don't change that dial. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Since 1976.
Covering Grand Cayman, No Cayman, and right.
One small step for man,
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
The Ministry of Health, Environment and Sustainability has a suite of 4 bills related to public health that they're hoping you'll take a chance to weigh in on. You're invited to a town hall meeting in the Sister Islands to discuss the bills on Friday at 5 p.m. at the Aston Ruddy Civic Center in Cayman Brac. In international news, Russia has attacked Ukraine with ballistic missiles and drones, killing at least 21 people, as Ukraine's president, Volodymyr Zelensky, says interceptors, quote, could have saved lives. It's one of the deadliest strikes on Kyiv in the capital region this year, which started after midnight this morning. At least 45 people were injured after residential buildings, a railway station, and warehouses were hit. Ukraine, who has consistently urged allies for more U.S.-made Patriot missile interceptors to defend against Russian ballistics, has not reported intercepting any of the missiles in the attack overnight. President Zelensky says delays in receiving anti-ballistic systems from partners leads to, quote, horrific casualties and destruction. And part of a SpaceX rocket hurtling towards the moon is thought to have made impact. The Falcon 9 rocket was launched last year. Its 4,000-kilogram upper section was shed in space as planned, but it went on to be in an accidental collision course with the lunar surface. The crash will be confirmed by images from specialist telescopes later today. NASA says the U.S. Space Agency wants to, quote, collect lunar data from the event and refine techniques for tracking objects in space. Those are your headlines. I'm Carsley Fuller.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
HSA's orthopedic clinic has relocated to the second floor of the Smith Road Medical Center. Our dedicated team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons treat conditions ranging from spine to ankle injuries in adult and pediatric patients. We offer minimally invasive procedures from ligament reconstruction to hip and knee replacement. If you have experienced an injury due to sports or day-to-day activities, call 949-8600 and schedule an appointment with HSA's orthopedic clinic, now located at the Smith Road Medical Center.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or belly fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. For those of you who are just joining us, my pleasure to have in the studio with me Dr. Steve McField. So far, we have 3 callers, so I don't want to do too much talking, but I just want to share this. One of our listeners sent me something, said, OC, take a look at this. When it comes to mosquito issues, this is what Walt Disney has done to control that problem. We are a small island, and it seems like they're not trying to control the mosquito issue in this country. And it's why doesn't Disney World have a mosquito? The $1 secret they hide from every visitor, and so you may want to check that video out as well. I want to thank that listener for sharing that with us as well. We have 3 callers, so let's start with the Okay, which one first? WhatsApp or landline? Landline first. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. O.C.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
And Dr. McField.
Good morning, sir.
I just want to voice my opinion on the increase of the driver's license,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm in support of it. What I'm not in support of is everything that the government trying to do for Caymanians, the opposition are kicking against it, the chambers, commerce, and the business community. Because I don't see where any business should be paying for my driver's license. If they want to pay for it, they should deduct it as back from the employee, monthly, weekly, or whatever. It should not make cost of living go up. And I remember in 2012, when Mr. Bush was putting this tax on the expat, seeing PPM and them, they kick against it, and you know what happened? It dropped right on Caymanian's shoulder. Our vehicle license fee went up 110%, right? And I remember PPM them saying that when they get back in government, they were going to reverse it. It's 12 years, 14 years or something gone now, 12, 14 years gone, and that fee we still paying. I hope that everyone is like me. Remember all those that kick against things that will benefit us on election time and vote every one of them up, because they are there for their own use and family. They're not there for us. Who is there for us? I don't hear no one voicing anything that will benefit us. If we do, it's an opposition, someone kicking against it, and we need to change that. And I don't care who it is. They need to pay for their license itself, and government should tell these business places, you cannot increase no cost of living because you take it on your own to pay for they can parent license. No, I get against that, and I hope they remember on election day.
Okay, and caller, if you look at today's Cayman Compass as well, there is an article in there. PPM joins voices against controversial driver's license fee. Other political figures express support for the measure as well. Yeah.
I was reading of Mr. Roy Borden,
Yeah.
But again, what I do believe that I just lost the thought of change, thought of mine, but I do think that government should go through with it and don't pay these people no mind, because they're not for to benefit us. And then it come back to me. If the traffic department was still intact, all of these vehicles we seen on the road, you can look at them and see that they're not roadworthy. You can look at them, see that they can't drive. They're just there holding up traffic. They should be pulling them over. Roadblocks don't help, because roadblocks, what that do, this one see it, they call the friend, hey, police down the road. They turn back. Years ago, if they even had roadblock, they had police on motorcycle up the road. When you turn back, they pull you down and check you. But we don't need to do no roadblocks. So we just need to patrol the road and look at the vehicle, look at those that causing problem on our road and pull them over. It's only two things: vehicle not licensed, insured, and they don't have a driver's license.
Yeah.
Got them all over the island.
Caller,
Thank you.
Thank you very much for expressing your views as well. Let's grab the next caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. That's the WhatsApp caller.
Hello, is that me?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Go ahead, Billy.
Oh, well, yeah. Yes. Good morning, Dr. Steve and OC. The last couple of days, weeks actually, I've molested the OC about a certain theme I've been pursuing. But I just wanted to very quickly, without being repetitive, say some of those things to Dr. Steve as well, because a lot of them are legal based, and I would wish to have his views. You see. Dr. Steve, in any jurisdiction, you know that, and OC also knows it. When you get to a point where the laws are clear, but they are being violated, and there are no consequences, and when some of those issues can be resolved by legislation, and the politicians are doing nothing to resolve those issues, that is a problem. I've had two cases, different cases before the courts of law, where in one case they deleted the record pending proceedings so that they could destroy evidence I was going to use. In another case, this one I haven't mentioned actually to OC. In another case, they never created a record. Okay, they never created a record, and yet they are supposed to create a record. And yet I've been pursuing both issues, and there's been no consequences. Both are criminal offenses. And somebody should have been either arrested and prosecuted or even disciplined, but that hasn't happened. Now, I have in my matter, the one which is before the Court of Appeal, which I'm hoping to take to the Privy Council, a judge agreed with me when I was in court, said, hey, look, this argument you are making, that the decision you are challenging was never made by the Chief Justice, it was made by the Commission. You are right about that. He agreed with me, and yet when the judgment came, he didn't reflect that in the judgment. He decided to say, oh, but I don't want to decide that issue. That is a problem. There is also an issue on Section 29 of the Constitution of the Grand Court Act. Dr. Steve, you'll be aware of it. That one says very, very clearly you can sue a judge in the Cayman Islands so long as they acted maliciously and without reasonable cause. A judge refused to apply that provision, instead applied UK case law to override that. And I wish politicians can see this. It will have wider implications because it will mean that judges can override decisions of the Legislative Council. Let me also mention the one about this newspaper person. I won't call her name. She was prosecuted recently for blackmail, and she was acquitted. In that case, she was accused of blackmail and charged with a criminal offense, when what she was doing was trying to seek a settlement out of court with the other party in ongoing litigation. And in fact, the judge in that case had asked her to see if they could pursue that. And when she did that, she was charged with blackmail. So to me, I think this is a problem. There is also issues of the Commissioner of Police. The Commissioner of Police has been demanding certain documents when people apply for firearms license. Those documents are not prescribed. The law specifically says that he cannot demand documents that are not prescribed. So I just want your comments on some of these issues. I think this means basically that laws are being deliberately violated. Let me leave it there, but let me hear your comment. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, caller, Doc.
Well, I don't know too much about. I don't know. I haven't studied that too well. Mr. Billy has a problem with the court system here. I think he's the first lawyer that I know seems to be trying his case in the public. And that does not go down well with the judiciary when you were trying your case in the public and you're getting public opinion to justify your procedure, your case in court. I think that's the mistake he's made and he's continued to make. And so I don't think I would have an opinion on what he says unless I am privy to the information that he's privy to. I'm not privy to the information, so I would decline from making any personal opinion about what he just said.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, fair enough, Doc. With that, we will take a commercial break. We still have another caller on hold. We will take that caller as soon as we return, so don't hang up, hang in. We will be back shortly.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Hey, new drivers, don't just drive, drive smart. Cineco and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cineco motor insurance. Learn more and register at cineco.ky. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
Grow your business with Breeze 105.3 FM and Radio Cayman. From spot packages to full campaigns, we've got rates that fit your budget and your goals. Email our sales team today, rcsales@gov.ky. That's rcsales@gov.ky. Let's get your message on air and reach listeners who trust us every day.
With Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. In the studio with me, your favorite guest on For the Record, Dr. Steve McField. We do have a caller still on hold. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning.
Morning, sir. How are you doing? You must be happy this morning.
More than the without. As usual, I know he's a doctor, but I just like to call him Steve O. That's from the olden days.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. How you been doing, Doc?
Okay, I'm all right. How are you?
Oh, boy, I was down with the weather a little bit. I'm feeling much better now.
That's good.
Yeah. But I just want to say, your type of people, they don't make them like you anymore, okay? They just don't. You're such an inspiring person. You are so knowledgeable, not just about modern day, but historical days. I just want to make one comment and a question together about this marijuana thing that people are talking about. Where were all of these, whether they're doctors, professors, or whoever they are, where was they when we were struggling for survival in this island? Okay? Now, Orrett John, they come lately, they got the answer on this. Look, we have found a way. If you don't like what you see, then you know what to do about it. Either stay or leave. This is the Cayman Islands. We have come to a place now in an island where it is shining all over the world, the Cayman Islands. So, having said that, we should take note where we come from, where we are, where we're going, and not be persuaded by somebody who has some sort of a interest in this thing about marijuana. I've seen it most of my life. Some people can take it and it's okay. Other people take it and it just literally destroys them, kill their ambition. So it is something that we should not take lightly and just go on with this and say, because somebody's going to make a profit or something. It is a serious thing. So that's all I want to say, and I want to wish you all the best. And Dr. Steve, you got to come back on the show more often, and so we know that you're still working, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Okay. Thank
Anything else that you want to respond to what he said? Or
No, but I would like to respond to what the first caller said before him.
Why don't we take the next caller, and then if there's a response needed, then you can respond to both at the same time. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Good morning, caller. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Connor.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning,
good.
ma'am.
I'm good. First of all, Dr. Steve, you're looking rather dapper there. So you're wearing your purple, and I hope that you remember what I told you, what the significance of purple is, especially when you're seated with other people.
Mm-hmm.
I see you searching your mind. It makes you the most powerful person in the room, okay? And Mr. Connor, let's just get it straight. I hear you announcing Dr. Steve as your guest. Remember, he is the star of the show.
Okay.
Right.
I can acknowledge that as well. Yep.
Yes. If you would allow me, 3 quick things.
Sure.
First, I'd like to congratulate Chief Superintendent Brad Ebanks on his recent promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Although I have to say I'm rather, I'm questioning why he wasn't also awarded the CPM. I kind of think they've changed one of those initials. I think they changed the C to something else. But back, Dr. Steve would know what I'm talking about. Back in the day, it was CPM. Anyway, and then the other thing is about the mosquitoes. That was certainly an experiment that we are paying for, and we will continue to pay for, because all that did was produce different species of mosquitoes. And they're not just out in the morning and in the evening. If you go outside at midday, they're out there then too, okay? So I don't know. That's like creating a monster, and then you don't know how to control him. That's what they did to us. I don't know if they were paid for it or not, but what I certainly think is that they should all get a good flogging. Anyway, moving on to the marijuana thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. The question on the referendum was to decriminalize marijuana,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Not to legalize it. Am I correct?
Yep.
Okay. So on that, and as a disclaimer, I have never smoked marijuana. I don't smoke marijuana, and I don't plan to. But to decriminalize it is something I support for the reasons that I've heard other people say already. So much of our young people's futures have been destroyed because of one stick of marijuana. If you look at the history of marijuana, where it came from, what it was used for, and who used it, it was never meant to be abused. There are people that drink quietly, publicly, socially. There are people that we know abuse alcohol. They get in their cars and they drive out. They kill some people, they kill themselves. I have never heard, and Dr. Steve can correct me here, I have never heard or read of a case where a person smoked a stick of ganja and drove their car, ended up in an accident, killing themselves or killing someone. I'm also of the view of that Dr. Steve voiced earlier about whatever they call it, the commission. I think it's rather lopsided to have all legal heads there. You have no one from the community that can offer an opinion. You have no doctors there that can offer an opinion. So I don't know what the outcome there would be. And I certainly have no problem with it for the reasons I stated. I hate to see our young children ending up with criminal records, and we know what happens after that. That's when you see them on the street, then having to decide what else they can do to live. And they're all in a hot basket. because of a criminal record that could certainly have been prevented. So for that reason especially, I would just like to see them make the change. And also, I would like if they bring in some people to educate people on the benefits of marijuana, not the harms that people tend to think it does or that it's only harmful. And I'm going to end on this note. 90% of Cayman cannot go to work without having a stick of ganja first. And I'll leave you on that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Doc?
Well, I do want to get into that argument. I said what I had to say already about the marijuana question, but I would like to answer the question. I think the young man who called about the license, the driver's license.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What I would like to say is that some evenings, some afternoons, last week, one evening I think it was, or the week before, there was a person on the radio station here on Talk Today who had a conversation with a caller. I think the host of the show had a conversation with a caller on Talk Today. And the gist of the conversation with the caller was to the effect that, the caller did say that the host did say that there was a right to a driver's license. There was a right to a driver's license,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and was condemning the government's increase of the driver's license fees for non-Caymanians. I would just like to say that what the caller postulated on the show, that there was a right to a driver's license in Cayman, is completely procedurally wrong. Completely procedurally wrong. And what the driver said about the government discriminated against the non-Caymanians, the non-Caymanian, by increasing their driver's license to $600 or something, is completely constitutional void. If you look at Section 16, I think Section 16, subsection 2 of the Constitution, I don't have it before me right now, but it says that the government has the right, and it talks about increasing license fees on people who are not Caymanians. License fees, that's what it says. It's not even ambiguous. It completely states license fees to raise funds for the Caymanian people. And the government has the right to control who comes to the Cayman Islands, what they can do, how they can travel, which would indirectly include license fees, where they can live, what business they can enter into, and that is not discrimination. That is not part of Section 16(1) of the discrimination clause in the Bill of Rights. So to come on the radio as a host to say that you have a right to a driver's license, there's no right to a driver's license. I don't have a right to a driver's license. A license is a discretionary remedy to the government. Yeah. It's a discretion. Otherwise, the courts couldn't take it away if you committed some traffic offense. If you have a right to a driver's license, I hope that in the future that they would get people who understands the law, and if you are going to quote the law, and if you are going to have an opinion about the law in Cayman, that you have the right opinion, because what they were saying on that day is procedurally incorrect and constitutionally void.
Mm-hmm. And I must say that she did yesterday on the buzz mention it again and say she did mention the fact that she had spoken to me on Monday I think it would have been on Monday. She had spoken to me, and I explained some things to her, and she was going to go and read up on it. So I think she after that did acknowledge, the error on her part in terms of misinterpretation.
You shouldn't be on the radio saying that at all. You should not be put in that position where you take that stand. You should read that before you come on the radio. Because this is a government radio.
Yep.
It's an information center for the people of the Cayman Islands, and to mislead people, and people, hundreds of people, thousands of people maybe went around that they believing what the person said. Mm-hmm. The government has the right to increase the driver's license fees on people who are not Caymanians. Mm-hmm. They don't have the same right that Caymanians have, and that is a constitutional explicit power that the government has, and to say that the government has no right to do that and is discriminatory is completely constitutional void.
Okay, Doc, one of our listeners has said, "Good morning to you and your guest. For the record, I am all for what Dr. Steve McField has contributed to the subject of decriminalization of marijuana. He's a lawyer with tons of experience, but I am a behavioral and mental health student who has been studying for over 2 years, and I can tell you right now that it's a bad idea. There should be a balance in place regarding who needs it and who doesn't. For example, the court system, individuals furthering their education, and for proven health care reasons, we should not decriminalize marijuana for the average person on the street. If we don't develop a balance and openly decriminalize it, it will cause problems in many areas. It will only harm our people more, mentally and physically. It impairs the mind for some instantly, and for others over time. It'll also make it harder to keep potential rehabilitation effective, making it easier to be pulled back into a negative environment. I want to thank that listener for that. We're going to go to a commercial break. When we return, I have a few more WhatsApp messages that I'm going to share with you as well, so don't change that dial. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. Don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Happy 50th anniversary, Radio Cayman. 50 years of history, culture, sports, special events, news, music, and more. Your official voice for 50 years. Building up the Cayman Islands, we're here for you. The voice of the Cayman Islands, Radio Cayman. Happy 50th anniversary from JJ the Iceman.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. In the studio with me, Dr. Steve McField. We have been discussing several topics this morning. The one about the decriminalization of marijuana in the Cayman Islands, and the discussion paper that is out has featured prominently in the discussion. This morning, this listener has written and said, "Good morning, marijuana puts you closer to God. It has a spiritual element to it." Says OC alcohol is 10 times worse than ganja. I thought Dr. McField was a freedom fighter, not a colonial oppressor helper. This is a part of our independent freedom fight for our rights to freedom from England and the powers that be. Everybody have their rights, black and white, rich or poor. When England pushed the gay laws down our throats, we had to accept it. That was not God-fearing. This is about the rights and wishes of the Caymanian people, not England or Dr. McField or foreigners like Mario pushing anything like what you just read out to everyone a while ago. This is a worldwide thing. All of the world powers, England, America, and all of those little small Caribbean islands from CARICOM that Dr. McField's traveled to and are friends with, and look up are in line with decriminalization or legalization of marijuana. This thing is bigger than Mario or Dr. McField or powers that be in England. This is a worldwide people movement. Thank you, OC, for reading this. Is my honest opinion as a young Caymanian, McField myself, that burns, smokes ganja for medical purpose. Thank you, OC, because I am my brother's keeper. So this
marijuana has nothing to do with colonialism.
Yep.
Yes, you see, that's what happened to the one stick. It causes such a delusion that he's way off the topic. He's way off the topic. It has nothing to do with colonialism, and it's not. The best evidence is not what people say; it's what they do.
Yes.
And truth never fails. Truth never fails.
And this
truth stands by itself.
Yep. And this was a previous caller that talked about the legal system, and he has responded and said, we have freedom of speech under the Constitution to bring to the public attention legal issues of public importance. And I agree with that, but freedom of speech doesn't mean that you're free to talk about everything. And I believe what you were cautioning the caller about was whether or not the potential to hurt his cause if he publicly,
Exactly. And any good triad lawyer who studies jurisprudence would know that you don't criticize a judge when you have to appear before his brother in a small jurisdiction like Cayman. It's okay if you live in America or North America or England or someplace, but when you have to, when you have to appear before John and Johnny, you don't try your case in the public. You try to keep your case under your sleeves, as what they say, keep it to your chest.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it to your
close to your chest. Yeah.
To your chest. Because you have to appear before the next gentleman who's also sharing chambers with the same person that you're criticizing. That's all I'm saying.
Yes,
and if you study jurisprudence, you would know that would not be correct.
Yeah.
To do that.
Okay. We have a couple of callers as well. Let's go. Which one first, Ms. Susan? What's up? Landline first caller. Good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yes. Good morning, O.C.
Hey, morning. How are things over there?
Boy, still making bread. Yeah, O.C. It looked like it's some kind of, I don't know what to call it, something going on with getting a car passed that we have on a delivery, you know? We got the car fixed. They told us when we first got it, they must get it fixed. We got it fixed. And anyway, we went back to carry it down. And it just looks the same, like, I don't know what to call it, but the person that down there inspected the car, was it that the first place that he looked when I carried the car back, right? And I mean, this one was on the road now for, how many years now, Rosa? From 2017.
Okay, 9 years.
Maintain the car. You know, I come from a family that any vehicle we have, at least in my days growing up, you take care of it, you change the oil, you inspect anything. And believe it or not, I hate to make judgments, but you got cars up here in the block that is on the road with license. And if you see the condition of them, you'd say, well, boy, I was like a Rolls Royce alongside of it. You understand? But it is something going on, Fisher, with whoever is inspecting the
Okay.
cars.
So what happened when you did the work and you returned to have it re-inspected? What happened?
You find another spot, you know? And the car, also if you see it, man, I wish I had taken some pictures, I could send it to you. The car completely fixed. But whoever it is, boy, I tell you, it seems as if there's something fishy going on with that operation.
One of the things that you may want to do is that, and I know normally what is done verbally when they tell you, well, this needs fixing, you know, and that needs fixing. I don't know if there's a checklist that they have for you, because, you know, here in the Cayman Islands, while we consider ourselves to be sophisticated and to be, you know, way ahead of the curve when it comes to things, there are certain things that we still do that, you know, in circumstances, it should be in writing rather than verbally, because then it gives you an opportunity to say, this is what you asked for, and this is what I have done as well. But Dr. McField is here. He's the lawyer in regards to that, and I would defer to him. You know, Doc, in a situation like that, would you want to have the inspector say, rather than you just telling me, you know, what you want, because I've gone and done that, now you're telling me something else, why don't you put it in writing?
Yeah, I think there's a checklist.
Yeah.
There is a checklist that you go through. I know when I take my car to the checkpoint, there's a checklist to go through, and they checked and say this hair is defective, and they've checked it, and then I go and get it either repaired or get it what's it fixed, like he said, and then they come back and then they say, okay, yes, well, this is finished, but I don't know the circumstances of the situation, so I cannot say.
Okay, caller, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's something super going on with the inspection up here.
Uh-huh.
To see, but that's why I find. Because I see cars that have been gone worse than the one that we have, and they get passed. Without even checking, they look like they didn't check nothing.
And does it have to do with the body of the vehicle or some operational part of the vehicle?
It was underneath part. We took it to the garage, and it had some rust on it, and we got that fixed.
Okay.
Now we come back again. Now it's something else underneath again. I said, well, you didn't say that before.
Yeah. Well, keep us up to date in terms of, you know, when this is done now, what happens afterwards, because you may want to then write to the director of DVDL and express, you know, or get in contact with them and express your concerns as well. Keep us up to speed with it.
But it works at this radio station, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
You take care now. Let's grab our last caller because what we're going to do, Ms. Susan, we're going to take this last caller, and there are a few things I'm sure that Dr. Steve McField wants to cover as well, and I want to give him an opportunity to do that. So we're going to take the last caller, then we're going to go to the commercial break, and then the phone lines will be closed off after so that Doc can cover something. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Good morning, caller. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning, OC.
Morning.
Morning to Mr. McField.
Good morning.
OC, I heard you talking about the big time on tree the other day, man. Boy, I tell you, bring back a lot of memories. I had some good rundowns under that time on tree. But after a while, things started to change. And that's where I learned how to play cards, but I never really pursued that in life. But the smoking of ganja is something that I did for 60 years. This is a message to Cayman young people today, because at age 78 now, I do feel the effects of all smoking that I done. But young people today, if you can find a way in your lifetime not to walk on that road of smoking, destroying your beautiful body, it's better you don't go there. And I'm not going to speak for one and speak against the next. But the smoking, the alcohol, bad life in general, if you can do without participating in that in your lifetime, it's better you walk the good road. Thanks. Have a nice day, OC.
Thank you. Thank you very much, caller. You do the same as well. Last commercial break, and then the mic will be all Dr. Steve McField, folks. Please stay tuned. For the Record, we'll be back shortly.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit Cineco.ky today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Butterfly Garden, that is the theme for this year Miss Dean Cayman Islands pageant.
Get ready for an unforgettable night. The 42nd annual Miss Teen Cayman Islands pageant takes place at the Lions Community Center on Saturday, August 8th. We open the gates at 5:30 p.m. and the show begins promptly at 7 p.m.
You can grab your tickets now at Ticket Plus, Funky Tanks, and Winner's Circle.
Seating options include premium $5 pre-sold or $100 at the gate, and general admission at $40 pre-sold or $50 at the gate.
Tickets for children ages 6 to 12 are also available for $15 pre-sold or $20 at the gate. We would like to extend a huge thank you to our sponsors, the Ministry of Education and Training, Ministry of Tourism and Trade, Winner's Circle, Grand Ole House, and King Sports Center.
Thank you also to Cayman Airways, Custom Graphics, our corporate sponsors. A huge thank you also to Smoothie King, one of our contestant sponsors. We also appreciate the support of the Caymanian Times, Island Embroidery, Radio Cayman, Donna, and the former Miss Earth, Leticia Bush.
We look forward to seeing you at the Lions Center on Saturday, August 8th.
And don't miss the highlight of the evening, the amazing opening dance performed by our own contestants.
Join us for the Miss Teen 2026 pageant. We are young, transformed women in a changing world.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We're on the last leg of the show this morning, and I overlooked the fact that we did have a caller on hold on the WhatsApp number. So, Doc, we're going to take that caller before I come to you. WhatsApp caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Thanks for being so patient.
Yes, good morning to all. And I have a question for Dr. McField.
Yes, sir.
And concerning this licensing increase for the expats, it's a lot of talk around, but how they can know who came in and who's not. But I have a question to Dr. McField. Ain't only Caymanians supposed to vote, allowed to vote?
Yep.
What's that got to do with it?
So if only Caymanians are allowed to vote, then the voting card should tell you if you Caymanian or not.
Well, I think by right you should have an immigration card stating what your status is in the country, whether you're an expat or whether you're a visitor or whether you are a resident or whether you are a permanent resident or whatever. We don't have that. That's sort of system like they have in other jurisdictions, but I think it's quite easy to see who's Caymanian and who's not Caymanian.
Mm-hmm. And caller, if I may, let me take this opportunity to plug the My EID, my Gulf EID or my EID. The government is now issuing identification cards, and that will card, once they have their source of truth, which is work, they have all of the information on you and what you have provided in terms of you being Caymanian. You will then be issued with an ID card, an electronic ID card that shows that you are Caymanian, and then you would be able to use that also to prove that you're Caymanian. But we do it now because Caymanians over the age of 65 get certain benefits when it comes to the licensing of vehicles and your driver's license as well. So we already have some ability to determine who's Caymanian and who isn't. But your point is quite valid. If you have a voter registration card,
that should be enough. That should be enough, and that should be enough to identify you as a Caymanian. That's how I identify myself. Mm-hmm. I don't have a piece of paper saying that I'm Caymanian.
Yep. And caller, if you want to just look into that, my EID, look into that process. I would encourage you to go ahead and sign up for it as well.
Yeah,
thank you.
And caller, I understand it's only something like less than 1,500 people who have received a card. Mm-hmm. But 50,000 people are eligible for it.
Yeah, my son is doing it today in Savannah. He's going
50,000 people are eligible, and less than 1,500 has the card.
Yeah. Caller, thank you very much. Doc, sorry, you only have about 7 minutes. But, the people want to ask you questions as well, so that's why so many calls.
Well, it's very coincidental that this gentleman, the caller before the last one, talks about the tamarind tree.
Okay, yes.
And that brings back a lot of memories about what's happening to us as a people. A judge had that was the largest tree in Cayman. Mm-hmm. I think history and geographically that was the largest tree in Cayman outside the old cotton tree. Yes. I think that was even larger than the cotton tree. Its spread was huge. When I was practicing in court in the magistrate court as a younger lawyer, nearly every piece of evidence that came in about people smoking marijuana or gambling, the evidence was under the tamarind tree.
Yep.
Under the tamarind tree. And I remember Hercules saying, "Where is this tamarind tree?" And they told him this tamarind tree is up in a place they called Central. And he ordered the tamarind tree to be cut down. Can you imagine that? The judge ordering a tree in Cayman to be cut down because evidence showed that people were using the shade of the tree to gather. And that goes to show you how insensitive people are when they come to another country, and when they come to your country, how insensitive they are. But not only that, he also had the power not to grant bail, could hold you for days and weeks and months at his discretion. Kearns, the lawyer who wrote the Lawless Caymanians, talks about what happened after emancipation. Those 10 months after the 3rd of May, 1834. Those between the 1st of August, 1834 and the 3rd of May, 1835. Those 10 months when the slaves who were free according to the Emancipation the Emancipation Act, but they had to work for 4 years as an apprentice before they actually got their freedom, and they refused to work. They refused to work with their masters, and as a result of that, Lord Sligo had to come to Cayman on the 3rd of May to free them completely because of the lawlessness that went on between the slave masters and the slaves. It's the same thing in those days in the 1980s, and a lot of destruction went on here with the Caymanian people. A lot of changes that that are affecting us today went on in those days when people had absolute power in the country.
Yeah, and when I was doing some research yesterday, Doc, they even in the courts they would denigrate, Caymanians,
right.
As well.
That's right.
Yeah, the judges.
He did that to me.
This particular judge.
He did that to me, and he did that to me because I insisted on everything being completely correct and right. And they were amazed that, how dare you to come to my court and insisting that I must follow the rules of the procedure, the Criminal Procedure Code and the Criminal Code and the law of evidence. And I mean, Caymanian people didn't understand that. They were laughing at me and so forth and so forth and so forth. There was a case that you showed me in the archives. I think the headline says McField and Hercules clashes.
Yes.
That was a case. That was a case in court where the judge was admitting evidence without the evidence being proven. It was a case where a couple had been charged with stolen jewelry. And Mr. Farnes had just come from England. He didn't know anything about Cayman procedure. And by the way, I don't think Mr. Farnes was a barrister. Mr. Farnes was just a solicitor.
Okay. And he came as Crown Counsel, right?
There's a difference. He came as Crown Counsel. And the judge wanted to go, well, this is the jewelry. And I said, no, hold on a minute. There's a chain of custody that has to be proven. And then the identification of the jewelry has to be proven first before it can become evidence in court. You just can't say that's my jewelry. And he was insisting, and so the reporter from the Compass, people were in court. Now, because I had studied under one of the great advocates of cross-examination and trial lawyers, and I had read everything that William Counselor and Beverly Axelrod, all of those lawyers who defended the Chicago 7 had done. And they said when you're in court like that, and the judge wants to railroad the case through, you know that the judge has already made up his mind about a conviction, and you should try to get out of the case and delay the case as much as possible. That's what you should do.
So that's why you decided then to withdraw.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
so that they can delay the case and the defendant can avoid an unreasonable conviction. And I want to move myself from the case. And so that they have to get another case or go before another judge that's more favorable. And they didn't understand all of these trial tactics.
And what was notable about that the judge said to set another, that it would take place the next day, whether or not she had a lawyer.
Whether or not she had a lawyer or not.
Yeah.
Those are the things that I went through in this territory. It was like a Wild West territory, like Wild West. What you read and what you see in the cowboy movies, you know. So we've come a long way. Mr. For the record, we've come a long way. And as a result of some of those cases. I can tell you, Mr. For the record, I had no respect for people who was not intellectually provocative. They were not intellectually provocative, and they didn't have any respect for the Caymanian people, and didn't have any respect for Caymanian intellectuals, lawyers, even lawyers, because they were dark skin. I saw how they treat other lawyer. Hello, yes sir, Mr. So and so, and they were rude to you in court. And I knew that he was not more educated than me because I had just come from law school and he was in other law school decades before me, and so forth.
And he had already developed a reputation in the Bahamas
in the
as
Bahamas,
well.
Yes. Yes, and
he spent 9 years over there and had developed a reputation. They didn't want him there any longer.
They didn't want him there any longer, and then stating what he would do when he came here. And you know, one of the things that people don't know, I was the lawyer who sold his house in West Bay. Because later on he came to see me to get information when they wrote him the letter, when the governor wrote him the letter. And someone said, you go and see McField. And he said, well, my God, well, what's this? And I said, sir, you offended you offended the group of 40. The 40 people that run the country in those days. I say you offended one of the group of 40? What do you mean? And I explained that to him. And me and him became good friends at the end. I would go to his house for dinner and supper and stuff, and he left me to sell his house. When he left to go back, I sold his house for him. He ran afoul of everything that was going on. The people that set him up to make me fail, because that was the idea. Make him make mistakes, make him fail, he come to this education. We can't stop him from getting his qualification, but we certainly can stop him from being successful. That was their plan. It backfired on him.
Yeah. Doc, I just want you to tell the listening audience, going over a little bit, but I'm going to take a little bit of liberty here. Tell you, audience, what 2 documents that you shared with me, because there are many people who like to hear this when we talk about emancipation and slavery on the radio.
Yes.
But there's some people out there still who don't want to face the truth, and are either ashamed or are in denial when it comes to slavery and emancipation. And yesterday, when I spoke to you, I told you that it was very difficult to find a copy of the address that was given, the proclamation for emancipation. So just tell our listening and viewing audience what you provided for us, because on another show we're gonna get into details on this.
What I provided for you, there were 2 documents. First, there was the proclamation, Emancipation Proclamation, which was first heard at Fort George on the Sunday, the 3rd of May, 1835, by Captain Peck.
Yes.
Captain Peck was one of the colleagues of Lord Sligo, the governor of Jamaica. They came in 2 warships, the HMS Serpent and the HMS Fort.
Yes.
And it came in on a Sunday morning, 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning is when she dropped anchor in Georgetown. And all the dignitaries went aboard of the ship that day. And the governor came ashore in the longboat. And all the Marines and the 84th, 87th Regiment came ashore from the warships, the Royal Marines, and the Cayman Regiment. And he read the proclamation. The proclamation was the complete freedom of the slaves in Cayman, because remember, on the 1st of August, 1834, it was Emancipation Day. But then the slaves had to work another 4 years.
Yes.
What they call it, the apprenticeship program. And they refused to work. They let go all the mules and all the horses, and they refused to work. And there was a huge problem here with the slave masters. They roofing the houses that they live in, and so forth.
Yeah, we don't want to give them too much because
so,
we're going to save some for the next show.
And so the governor came down from Jamaica and completely free all the Caymanian.
Yes.
Slaves Caymanian slaves were the first ones to be free.
Right.
In the Caribbean. And at the same time, the governor read what he called the address to the inhabitants of the Grand Cayman. After the proclamation was read by Captain Peck, the governor made an address to all the people who were assembled that Sunday morning.
Yep.
And what he said didn't go down too well with some certain people.
Yeah, and we're going to
and we are going to share that with you the next time we come on the show.
Doc, thank you very much. We've gone 5 minutes over. Somebody's going to get in trouble. Susan, blame me. Folks, all the best. Have a great day. Remember, join Mr. Charles Glynn Shallow at 12:15 for Talk Today. And as usual, we ask the good Lord to continue to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice. JN Money, from abroad to Yad. And Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
This is the People's Radio Station.